Alright, YouTube. Let me fix the camera there. Alright, my fault. This is my review of last night's Kent State Bowling Green game that I went to, which I have the highlight video of me, like some videos and pictures, things like that. But my take on the game, Kent State, honest to God, fucking sucked. To be honest with you. Like, until they get rid of Coach Haynes. What? Sorry, driving too. Until they get rid of Coach Haynes, there will not be a winning Kent State team, honest to God. And that, way of fashion of winning games. He just doesn't have it. Stupid calls. I mean, honest to God, I'm a Dolphins fan, and he makes the Dolphins offense this season, like how bad the Dolphins offense is this season and how they're catching heat. He makes the Dolphins offense look great compared to the plays that Miami runs. I mean, granted, yeah, one's college, one's NFL, completely two different things. I understand that. Not a comparison. But the fact of the matter is Haynes has been there for maybe, I think it's his 5th season. And he hasn't had a winning season. He hasn't even been close to a winning season. I don't know the exact win-loss ratio, or record, you should say. But I know it's bad. I know it's real bad. And again, Hawley went down, which was our starting quarterback. He went down, I think, week 3 of the season this year. I think with an ACL injury or a knee injury. Not entirely too sure. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, as soon as he went down, I knew it was going to be worse than what it already was. Hawley was my main offense. Especially the way Haynes does offense. He does a lot of quarterback draws and sneaks and option plays. It's stupid, and you'll see in the videos that I showed you. The one play was George Bolus, which is Hawley's backup. He did a quarterback option play, and he ran it in for a touchdown for 22 yards. So, and I mean that's their main offense for the entire first half. Even when they were down 14-0, Bowling Green had a 14-point lead, and Haynes would still call either running back out plays towards the sideline, would only gain 2 or 3 yards, aka Adam Gase. His offense, freaking stupid. It's disappointing. It really is. Considering the coach, which I forget his name, I have to look it up. Before Haynes, they went to one of the championships, one of the bowl games. So 17, 2000. I think it was 2011 when they went to their last bowl game, and they completely got destroyed, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, other than that, they haven't been able to compete at all, really. They lost just as bad to Ohio? Yeah, Ohio at home. It was like 44-3 or 48-3. And that was in Kent. So they're not even competitive at home, which is sad to see. Wish they would change that. But other than that, if I had to give a game ball out to anybody, it would be Cunningham. I've seen his name a lot, and he's the defensive tackle, and he's going to be good. I can see him getting drafted. Maybe not in the earlier rounds. Maybe he could be a solid 3rd round, maybe 4th round defensive tackle. He's good. I heard his name a lot last night. Cunningham. I think his name's John Cunningham. No, it's not. I'm not too sure exactly what his name is, but all I know is his last name's Cunningham. But he's good. He can stuff the run, and he can really get after the passer. I mean, honest to God, he's like another Ndamukong Suh. And if Miami gets rid of Ndamukong Suh, I wouldn't mind getting Cunningham. I mean, he could be just as good. He's honestly, I wouldn't say he's as big as Ndamukong Suh, but he might be another Marcel Darius in his prime. He just has that stature of big, nasty, can get in your face and just push you out of the way. And of course, another one I would give him the game ball to on defense, which he didn't play the second half. I don't know why. I don't know if he got hurt and I missed it. Demetrius Monday, and we'll be seeing him on Mondays. I'm telling you, he's one of the best safeties I've seen in Kent State history, and I haven't seen anybody this season in the MAC at least be able to compare to the talent level he's at. I mean, he's good. So Monday would get a game ball. Demetrius Monday. Rankin, which is the running back, he would get a game ball if I had to choose. For one reason, is because our O-line ain't the greatest, but it ain't the worst either. And he can rip off some plays. Like, you get him in open space, and you get him the ball, he's honestly like another LeSean McCoy another LeSean McCoy if I had to compare him to anything in the NFL. He's really good. He's short, and he's really good on his feet. His feet works pretty good for being just a college athlete. I mean, of course, it's D1, so they're going to have to be good, but he can make it to the next level too. Look for his name coming out of the draft here soon. Justin Rankin. He didn't have much as far as run yards last night. I don't think he ran for a little. I think he ran for a little over 40 yards or 50 yards, if that. But he's more of a get him into space against the linebacker, throwing the ball type of running back. So a lot of screen plays he could be used against. But that's about it. The next home game I'm going to try to go to November 14th, which is against Central Michigan. I do not know who they play next. I'll let you know, or I'll put it in the description. So, but yeah, the final score last night, of course, it was 44-16. It was sad, but it happens. Like I said, to be a Coach Haynes out of there, they're not going to be competitive. I mean, just the way he coaches, and he just doesn't have the players ready. They're on the sidelines more, having different conversations than what they need to. I stood by them. If you could look at the one picture, the student section is kind of like right on top of them. I mean, they're not really in it. I mean, they're not focused. They're not talking about the game. They're more, it seemed to me like they're just hitting the motions. You know, they're just hitting the motions. Another thing I wanted to say about the recap. A defensive meltdown. I mean, Kent State was in this game. I think they were down at half, coming out of half. And a lot of bad calls from the refs, which that's just a whole nother story. I don't even want to talk about that. It was stupid. Defensive meltdown. Horrible. And neither squad, offense or defense, picked each other up. I mean, if something bad happened to one, it happened to all of them. You know what I mean? Which ain't good. If something bad happens to one, you need to pick each other up. You know, like the NFL. If the offense plays bad, the defense usually is the one to step it up. But this time it wasn't. So, but yeah, anyway. Where was that? Yeah, defense complementing the offense and vice versa. After the meltdown, they scored like 20 unanswered points, coming pretty much all in the third quarter. And of course there were bad play calls, and there was bad penalties that I think were arguable, and everything. But who knows? It happens. It's football. They lost. Time to move on to Central Michigan. I think that's their second to last game. I think they have a game before Central Michigan. I'm not sure, but I'll put it in the description below and everything. And yeah, other than that, like I said, mental breakdown defense. At one point, they were only down by 11 points, 20-9, going into getting the ball at the third, and they just had a mental breakdown, mental errors, cost them the game, and they just couldn't stop the bleeding from there. So, again, Bowling Green won, 44-16, and like I said, until Coach Haynes is fired, we're going to continue to see the same old, and that is going to be a below average or a not even maybe 2 to 3 win seasons. So, other than that, still go Flashes. Basketball's coming up. They're playing Worcester University, and I think that's Friday. It's just an expedition game. However you pronounce it. That's Friday, I think. I'll put that in the description below. And that starts at 7. And that's a home game. But I can't wait to see what they do this year. They obviously got to the Sweet 16 last year. I think they did. Yeah, Sweet 16 for the first bracket of the NCAA playoffs. I don't really follow basketball, so bear with me on that one. So I can't wait to see what Kent State does this year. So at least one team's winning between them and the baseball team. Also, their field hockey's doing good too, the soccer team. So now they've got to get the football team going. But like I said, other than that, I'm gonna go on my way home now, back to Pennsylvania. Other than that, it was a great trip. Can't wait till Central Michigan. Go Flashes.